The best question you can ask as a brand new trader is, how do I find the best stock every day? How do I find the 100%, 200% top gainer? How do I find KTTA before it turns into a 150% breakout? I remember when I first started stock trading, all I would do is I would head on over to finviz.com. I would look at the top gainers right now at 10 o'clock. I would see that KTTA is up 113%. And I would say, man, what if I could find KTTA before a 113% climb? Just think about how easy stock trading would be. Just think about how great my trading would be. Just think about how much money I could make. I could become a full-time stock trader. How do I find these plays before they turn into top gainers? Well, that's a big question. Because when it comes on down to how many stocks are available, there are 10,017 stocks available in the stock market. 10,000. So you're asking us, how do we find the one big ripper and runner? Now, while that sounds like a loaded question, it's actually a lot more simple than you think. Number one, there's 10,000 stocks available to trade. But at the end of the day, us day traders, we're not going to be looking to day trade Tesla, or we're not looking to day trade the Mag 7. They're too slow a lot of times. And we're not doing option trades. We're looking to buy shares. We're looking to get in. We're looking for that quick profit. So to be frank with you, we could probably change the price of these plays to, again, sub $20. We are looking for more of mid-cap to micro-cap plays. Stocks that could easily move 100% plus on a day. So now we've already gotten rid of over 50% of the stocks available. We just went from 10,000 options to now 4,200 different options. Now, what else do we know? We know that, again, the stocks that are going to be moving the quickest and the most volatile and the most crazy are going to be lowest float plays. Stocks that are going to be 20 million in float and under. The float are the shares offered to the public. The lower the float, the higher the demand, the bigger the spike we're going to have. So we can actually go over here. Let's just go over to all. We can click float, and let's just go to under 20 million. So now we just went from 10,000 to 4,000, and now we're at 1,500. Okay. So now we're eliminating about 8,500 stocks that we don't even need to be wasting our time, because that's going to be very difficult to be able to figure out. Remember, I gave the analogy earlier that it comes on down to, imagine if there's a big bag of blue marbles and you have to reach your hand in and pull out the red marble. Hey, when you have 10,000 other options, it's going to take some time before you hit that red marble. But if we can eliminate as many blue marbles as we can, there's going to be a great chance that we are going to come across that red marble earlier. Now what we want to do is going to be the fun part. Now, what's the fun part? We got 1,500 options here. We have stocks that are under 20 million, stocks that are under $20, stocks now that we are looking to be able to get some sort of activity. Well, what causes activity? Well, press releases. Now again, all the hottest press releases come out right here on FoxRunner. This news scanner is going to give us all of the hottest press releases every single day. Press releases come on out at 7 a.m., 7:30, 8 o'clock, 8:30. Those are when the big hot press release waves are. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over towards additional filters. I'm going to change 0 to 17 million. You could put 19 million or 20 million, because I only want the lowest float plays there are. Lowest float stocks, that's giving us the 1,500. Now again, we're only going to have a few hundred plays, if that, maybe 100 stocks every morning that even come out with news. And out of those 100 stocks that come out with news, we are now going to be looking for which ones have hot keywords, which ones are going to have positive data, top line demonstrates, drug trials, agreement, partnerships. We are going to be looking for, out of that 100 stocks with hot news, which ones are actually having good, credible press releases. Because there's going to be a lot of press releases that are just like saying, hey, we have an upcoming meeting. Hey, we're going to be having a conference call. Those don't even mean anything. So now we're coming on down to maybe about 20 different stocks that actually have good, hot, credible press releases for us. So as we get to our first press release wave, as you guys can imagine, 7 a.m. 7 a.m. comes. We have, again, maintains a $5 price target. You could see we have an upcoming meeting. You could see all of a sudden we have our 7 a.m. press release. And as we have our 7 a.m. press release, bada boom, KTTA is right there. Highlighted for us in gold. KTTA comes out and reports positive results demonstrating robust engagement on its phase 1 trials. It's a sub 2 million in float stock. It has a 3-star press release highlighted for us. We just went from having 10,000 different options to going down towards 4,000 to 1,500 to now only a few hundred plays, and we're only getting now the best press releases out there. So KTTA, positive press release at 7 a.m. Guess what? Stock now just went from the price of $1 towards the price of $2.20 to the price of $2.18 to $2.50 to $2.80 to $3 to now up to $3.30 to $3.50 to $3.70. If you want to be able to find the best press releases or the best spikes every single day, it comes on down to minimizing it all. So we can really draw this on out and understand the funnel that we're creating in our minds, the funnel that we have here. We have, first things first, 10,000 different options that we have. We have 10,000 different options. But we know right away when we, again, just say $20 and under, going for, again, the more active plays, that's going to bring us right away to what? 4,500 stocks. But now out of that 4,500 stocks, we only want the lower float ones, 20 million and under. So now that's bringing us to around 1,500 plays right here. But now out of that 1,500 plays of low float stocks that are, again, 20 million in float or $20 and under, we know that we only want stocks that have hot news today. So out of, again, this hot news, there's only going to probably be about 100 to, maybe 150 different press releases that come out. But we also know out of those press releases, there's only going to be probably about 5 to 10 of them that have positive data or have a large agreement or have something along those lines. And now that's bringing us to about what? About 10 different options that we can choose from. And having these 10 different options to choose from, now guess what? We are now reaching our hand into that bag of marbles, and having that bag of marbles, what are the chances that we are going to be able to pull out that red one? Really good odds. Now you might say, well, Deck, now it's a 1 out of 10 chance. That's still not very good. No, the thing is, we have 1 out of 10. We have 10 different press releases that come on out. We can now look and see if it gets the volume and see if it gets the hype. We don't have to pull the trigger, let's say, the moment it comes on out. That's great if we do, and again, we able to nail it. But if a stock comes out with a press release that we think is going to be hot and it doesn't get any sort of volume, we just sit back. If a stock, again, comes on out with a hot press release and it starts breaking on out, we're aware of it right away. We're going to be the first ones getting involved into it. So when I go ahead and I take a look at, okay, what are some of the best spikers of this entire day? Let's go to change percentage right here. What do we have? KTTA, 146% gain. It has positive data demonstrating robust treatment. FOXO, right? FOXO right here talks about reaching its milestones. That's actually absolutely great. GLMD, 20% gain, talking about significantly enhances its cancer models. There is credibility. There is reasons for why, again, the mob shifts over into these plays. So every single day, there's usually one main winner, one main spiker, one big ripper and runner. And today, KTTA is that play. Let's go back to a little bit memory lane here. What was the big spiker of yesterday? Does anyone know? GPUS? Guys, wasn't it nice to see that yesterday we saw a big rip, big run, big spike, big climb out of GPUS? You guys know the answer. Why did GPUS go on such a big rip and run? Because yesterday we went through the same exact strategy. And when we take a look at this, and when we go over towards GPUS right here, we know that had news. Right, most recent news came on out yesterday. Let's just click the news right here. And you could see GPUS came out with the news yesterday talking about having a $25 million revenue on its earnings report. This was a lower float stock that was able to take on off and big buying volume was able to move on in. Every single day, though, the mob shifts. The mob is the majority of buyers from one play to another play to another play to another play. Follow, again, the strategy. 10,000, 5,000, 4,000, 1,500, few hundred, only looking for the top 10 every single day. Now, again, being awake at 7, 7:30, 8 o'clock, 8:30, we're getting the answers.